Resident Evil 0.
Yes, when we last left off, I was talking about a steakhouse I was going to.
And something happened.
Yeah, and then we crashed. I tinkered with some settings, and maybe that won't happen again. So, anyways,
What? Rebecca isn't strong enough to turn that crank?
unlike Jill, who's strong enough to break them off
Yeah.
and then be sad about it.
She really, really looks sad about it.
She's just like, of all the things I'm putting up with right now, can I please just have this crank?
Just couldn't take it anymore. That was like the
breaking point.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
She just slowly put the gun she had in her mouth. And
Kind of think, I'm wondering if I should give her the hunting. I don't know what she's gonna be doing up there. I totally don't remember. So
what does she have as far as?
she has like 7 bullets and a handgun. That's about it.
Um,
I wonder if I can exchange from here. I mean, she's not.
just change their 2 handguns. Then I'll give her twice as many shots.
You know what? That works. Exchange. Okay. Let's start over. Let's sort this out. Sound good?
Exchange. Exchange. Thank you. Great. Settled.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and give her an empty space just in case something
Needs to
sudden
be
she needs
picked
to be
up.
picked up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, last night we're there. We go to this amazing steakhouse, right?
Right.
It's very, very expensive, right? And you can only get there with reservations, okay? First thing we did, we were meeting somebody there. So, we go to the bar, and we get some beers. Oh, goody.
Yeah, I remember them. Actually, I think in the RE Wikipedia, there actually is a story behind this particular bioweapon. Like, they actually turned out to kind of, like, suck so badly.
Yeah?
Umbrella just had, like, a backlog of them or something, didn't know what to do with them, and shortly before business crashed or whatever because of, you know, the U.S. and its law about the suspension of business decree. I don't know that crap, but they just decided to sell them off for super cheap to, like, you know, some other terrorist organization, you know, on the other side of the world. And they come back, I think they came back for a brief appearance somewhere in some game
That's
later.
funny.
I don't know, it was like a few weeks ago when I read that in the wiki, so I probably don't only have like half of that right. Anyway, you were saying.
Okay, so first we went to the bar, got some drinks, and then while we were waiting for our table, right? Then we get to our table, and I ordered some more rum and coke, some of the old Captain Morgan, right? Everybody else orders their drinks. There was not a single item on this menu. The cheapest meal you could order was $37. It was all steak based, like.
Dang.
Yeah, there was nothing cheaper than $37. That was the cheapest, right? So I'm like, my jaws dropped, you know, because there was like all these different types of steaks. One was called the tomahawk, which was a steak on the entire bone, right? Like it was literally like 2 feet long. It hung up like the bone. It was ridiculous, and one of the dudes we were with ordered that. I ended up getting a filet mignon.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of appetizers. Now here's the thing about this place, you know. On top of, you know, the appetizers and the salad bar and all that stuff, when you order a steak, you have the option to get up and go to a display case where all the meat is and pick which cut of meat you want, right? And you get to pick
For
it.
$37 meals, you sure as heck better.
They were labeled, sir, like with metal tags, and they were cooked that way. And when they were brought to your plate, you got to see the number of the tag that, you know, like, yes, this was my meat. In fact, here is the tag from that meal. This is
Yeah.
freaking 103 Bessie. So anyway, so we ate, and the bill was about $440. The alcohol, the steak, appetizers, everything. And that meal, that very meal, the dude that was paying for it all with his credit card that B later turned into an expense report,
Yeah.
leaned back with his camera on his phone, took a picture to, be like, here's his booze and, his steak and everything. He texts that picture to the owner of our company, just to be like, hey, look what we're having. And he sent back, looks good, have a cold one on me.
I'm glad that, your company is totally cool with...
Oh, right? That bill was $440. You know what?
That's about how, much, a month or two's worth of, some of the lesser reagents that we use in my lab. A whole entire month's worth of work to be done. Wow.
And I was feeling guilty going to a sushi restaurant, right?
Yeah. By the way, just curious, how'd you dress for that super fancy steakhouse?
Denim jeans, tucked in polo.
Go ahead. Move that out of the way. Somehow there's something, you find a white statue which is supposed to represent an angel, I guess, and a black statue supposed to represent a demon. Got a motif going on here.
What if you just took your finger and pushed the other pan down so it evened out?
Well, I guess you have to have the weight hold in order to keep the door unlocked.
Unlock?
Yeah, keep it unlocked. Unlocked! Duh!
But yeah, I kept my meat tag. That was the cut of meat I had. Bessie, 103.
Okay, so... I guess we can... By the way, I found a grenade launcher. I guess now that the door is unlocked from the other side, we can have Billy just make his way back, and you can hear them rattling around up there. Billy's probably like,
Uh-oh.
is Becca okay? I could swear he was looking up there,
right.
hoping that her corpse wasn't about to fall through the hole, Hi. Didn't see you there, bro.
You know what? I wouldn't mind actually being a little bit more careful how we spent on money on food, and gave me a raise instead.
Yeah, if you got that much money to blow. Oh, dude, when freaking Cabot bought out Norrit, I don't think the purchase went fully through, because for some reason it always takes months and months to. But it was a few months before I finally got out of there. They gave each of us just $500. They just put that into our bank accounts. It's just because we're your bosses now. Oh boy, I'll bet they got people, really. Hey man, these guys are pretty cool. Yeah, and then they lay off 200 people, from the plant later. That even needed to happen. I just went past Becca, didn't even acknowledge her. We are a team again. Hey, I passed a girl that cute on the street. Damn right I'm gonna acknowledge her.
See, now that's sexual harassment.
Oh yeah, I
forgot. You can't acknowledge it. You can't have an opinion. You gotta keep it to yourself. You cannot... So stupid.
It was... It was they counted the guys who simply, made a passing compliment. Maybe in kind of a lewd way, kinda. As in, hey, I'd have sex with that. But, you can't call that harassment if they're just standing there leaning against, a phone booth or something and just as you pass by, hey, baby, looking good. That's not harassment.
That's a compliment.
This just,
That is a simple compliment.
it's not like he started following after her, like trying to hound her for sex or something. I mean,
And what killed me about that particular like experiment was the fact that she would never say a word. Like, so a dude walks up to her and is like, "Hey, how are you?" Wouldn't
so
say-
it's like kind of goading him into like wanting to talk more just so she can call it harassment. Because like if somebody doesn't acknowledge you the first time, maybe you're thinking, okay, maybe somehow she just didn't hear me. I'll repeat myself.
Right, and then it got to the point where, if you're a dude and you're trying to get a girl's attention, and she doesn't say specifically no, why would you stop? Right?
Or at least necessarily.
Right. Like, if she's silent and does not make it verbally known that I do not want that kind of attention from you, how is it a harassment? It can't be.
I mean, the only exception to that rule would be like if the dude's already doing and saying something that you already know, like without a doubt, should be considered inappropriate.
Like
Just-
talking.
You know what I meant.
I know. I'm just being.
Like,
Talking is inappropriate.
you know what? It would still have to be something kind of like still a little bit more obscene and just rude than even just like when back in the 90s, like especially on Wayne's World, you saw like every time a girl would pass by Garth in the bar, he just quickly like turned away and went swing, and then
Sexual harassment.
and then like resumed talking. Like if you'd still have to be doing something more than that for that, it should in any way be reasonably considered harassment, even if she doesn't say anything. But
I saw a comment or a comic one time. It was just simply titled "Catcalling," right?
right,
And there was a construction worker who looked over and saw a girl in a pretty red dress. He goes, "Hey!" And she turns around and he goes, "You're a cat." And she was like, "No."
Okay, which locked door did I even go through?
I don't remember.
Not even paying attention. So I definitely know I can't talk about all any Christmas stories I can think of right now. I definitely won't be able to play the game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back up here. We got let's make sure we grabbed everything in here. There was a grenade launcher and the headless angel with the full luscious bosom statue. I just that was the first thing you saw because it was one of those. I don't know what you call that kind of clothing, but it was like where there's just two ribbons over your breasts. I don't know why I couldn't think of the right word.
Ribbons.
And it's like that's the only thing covering your top. Like your the rest of your torso, shoulders, arms, full bare, just like white, kind of like white silky material over actual. So I don't know what you call that, but that's like how the statue was. Okay, so I think Becca and Billy do something together up here in order to friggin' that's a
Do you remember what you need to do to get the sword dudes to relent?
yeah, I think it had to do with the room where you saw like the actual desks with the panels on them. I just need to find whatever disc you use on the podium up there to make that happen. Then you solve the puzzle using the desks, and that's pretty much it. Like they make the
Right.
knight statues come up. Okay, so somebody had to hold, I guess, pull a crank or something, hold it in place so that the cage comes up and Rebecca can get the item under there. Well, I guess Billy would have to do it, and
Because
that
it's
causes her.
strength related.
That causes her to be attacked by a centipede or something. And Billy can actually just straight up, just fully attack it, shotgun or grenade launcher, doesn't matter. And somehow she won't be hurt, even though it's carrying her along the whole time. You can just unleash on him. And
Okay.
I don't even think it's a time related thing where if you take so long to kill him, eventually it just like crushes Becca against his chest or something. Like it's just like her just being grabbed up, and you just run around, following it with a grenade launcher, just trying to kill it before.
Well, before nothing, just
Yeah, before
whenever.
nothing. And I think the only way it can hurt you is if it just runs. It's like it doesn't even actively attack you. It just runs around the room with her and never leaves.
So,
but you can
basically,
just-
if you're in the way, you're getting hit.
Yeah, and that's it. So it's like
It's like windmill punching. I can't help it if you're in the way of my arms.
So what I'm gonna do is have him use that exchange for the grenade launcher just to ensure I have enough ammo to kill it. And I'll go ahead and exchange for the herbs too, just in case I severely mess up. All right, and let's find out who has to turn what in order to get this going.
It's already been mentioned that Rebecca can't turn cranks.
Becca's like, I'm on it.
Oh,
Okay, I thought I was back on Becky, like it just automatically diverted to her, but I was Billy, so I moved out and he let go of the crank.
yeah. Now we get to watch it again. No, we don't.
There we go. And I'm still thinking Xbox Resident Evil, where it's the A button, the southmost button, is what gets you running. I keep doing that sometimes, but I believe that's either the fire or water motif key. And Evil Centipede. Rebecca just stands there and lets
Yeah,
it.
she just kind of lets it happen.
Rebecca.
And I like how just as it just runs around, you hear Becca keep doing that. What, Billy? And actually, I think it's like its weakest spot is up front in the chest, like right where she is, but somehow it doesn't hurt her. If you shoot her there.
Skitter.
Like, the explosive rounds have to be kind of grazing her at the very least. Yeah, its legs are kind of sharp. It was enough to put him on yellow caution automatically, apparently.
Were you fine?
Yeah. I wonder if it is hurting her right there, actually.
Oh. Are you about to die?
No. Red caution. There's no way it could kill you from there in one hit. There we go. Seriously, I virtually aimed my shotgun at Rebecca.
Are you alright?
Yes.
Impossibly, yes.
I guess she's kind of learned to have more trust for Billy now. Since he did go out of his way to save her. Ah, Billy!
Do you trust me now? Not really. I said B.
Say, bitch!
You said that though. Ain't nothing but a thing.
Ain't nothing but fun. Okay, so out here I thought I saw some healing. Let's go ahead and just kill the crows. Whoops.
Well, that's not a good way to do it.
What the hell?
Wow. So, wasted ammo and health.
Really? There's more? as many times, whatever. As many times I'm gonna have to pass through, it's probably worth it killing him anyway. I know, you want to make it worse than it really sounds. You like doing that.
What are you talking about? I don't like the assumptions you're making here. It hurts my feelings.
What? Wait.
Billy shot.
I
He
was
still
like,
had
my-
a gun equipped.
I was like, my handgun went through both of them? Interesting.
Apparently, Billy has better aim than you do.
Yeah, I probably should have just put him on automatic and had him shoot.
Whip.
Really gotta ask, is it necessary? The game replies yes.
Oh my gosh, look at freaking Billy's inventory. Look at it. Just, you have 4 items.
Just.
What?
Yeah, she was on a, well, I don't know, maybe the crows did it. I guess the centipede maybe does slowly damage her over time. Because when it stood still for a moment, it kind of sounded like
She was like,
she was screaming like it was kind of like just
kind of cutting in.
rubbing on her with its.
Wow.
That was totally about to sound
Wow.
like hentai.
Yeah,
It was about to say it's mandibles or whatever.
kind of like the hentai that X made us watch that one time when we watched Wicked City.
Are you hoping X watches this just so that he'll be
Maybe.
like, hey, screw you?
Yeah, by the time this goes up, that'll have happened a long time ago.
No,
But-
that was only last week.
Yeah, but
Dude,
by the
I'm
time
like,
you...
I am, as soon as I get home, all this shit's going up, man.
Oh, yeah?
Probably at least like every day, one episode a day.
Oh, okay.
Kind of catch up.
Cool.
Because,
Cool.
I mean, yeah, if that's one thing y'all didn't know, we are, you might have guessed by now, as long as I've been silent on my channel,
Yeah.
we definitely are finishing all of Resident Evil in,
2014. It's just not gonna happen.
and I have no bullets left.
Especially considering this video is not gonna go up till 2015.
Whatever. So, and we're like not even halfway through the series, so we're kind of, get off me. Thank you. There. In the end, I knew a few months ago I was gonna have to make this a 2-year-long thing instead of 1 year because there's just too many RE games to do. And a couple months ago, we were like, gotta concentrate on Arc Earth.
Which
So
we're
that's
still doing.
So guys, that's why I've been silent for so long, and we're going to start making progress again, especially as soon as March comes around. You know,
Or whatever.
when we predict,
Yeah, well, we're... We'll see. We'll see.
yeah. Well, anyway, we got more time now. Got more time to start concentrating back on LPs again. Ah, yeah, I thought the clock was in here. We need to find the minute hand, though. Whatever that might be. See, in fact, we're, like, number of games, in terms of number of games in the series, we're not even halfway through, technically. We got, like, 10 more to go, and this is maybe our 8th one that we're uploading.
Yeah.
Or no, I admit, we already have, like, while you were over, we took advantage of the opportunity, like, while you were over in Shreveport to get the Xbox, some
Yeah.
of the Xbox Resident Evil's out of the way. So, like, we played RE4, we just gotta upload it.
And we got into some of 5.
Yeah.
We haven't finished it yet.
So it's like I'm trying to upload these in order chronologically,
Except for that
but,
one
but
time.
we're playing them out of...
Yeah, the thing is, like, didn't Gaiden go up out of order?
After, yeah, I think it did go up after remake because I wanted to make sure that as many times as I swore in that game, I kind of wanted to go through them and censor myself out a little bit because the game just pissed me off so much. With good reason. I'm not
I'm really surprised. Do you think Raccoon City could potentially be worse than Gaiden? Ugh.
I don't know. Just I just got myself a little preview of it, and I'm like, I really don't know how to say what gave me this feeling of dread immediately.
What a feeling.
God, we are completely out of ammo except for this one.
We shouldn't have wasted so much ammo on those crows.
Alright, so fire motif door, water motif door, which is it that this key gave us? Ah! Quick switch, let's take advantage of it. An ordinary key, thank you. Oh. Described with a fire design. Let's go, let's start making progress.
Progress.
Hey, what's the opposite of progress?
Congress.
Coincidence?
Not at all.
Oh boy, yep. I was out 3 days. Christmas in Chattanooga. And, you know, now that I'm actually trying to concentrate on telling the story, because I kind of know where to go next, I think I can play the game and talk at the same time. Now I can't think of, I can't think of actually stories to tell.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, because we killed that leech zombie earlier.
Oh, it's just regular leeches, okay.
Like, it de-evolves into leeches.
Well, as long as you walk, shouldn't do that.
Wait, where the hell was...
Billy, are you just gonna stand there and let that happen?
I don't...
What's he aiming his gun for? What's he...
I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, I was just curious if you knew. I'm saying.
No! Go away! Go away! Quick turn! Wrong
Well...
Wrong room. Totally wrong room. As soon as I went through the door, I was like, no! There was a leech zombie in there. One that I totally don't have to fight.
But one you totally took damage from.
Okay, break caution, I'm still good.
Well, good, maybe a very optimistic look on it.
Like, two of the halls in here
go
actually...
ahead and... Oh, yeah, I can't.
Two
Next
of the
time-
halls in here actually look very similar.
Next time you save, remember to save on slot 2 instead.
Okay.
So if we need to... If we have another crash, we can have a point to go back to. Nah, I mean...
Burn. Yeah, this hall right here, it looks similar to the downstairs one. I thought it was the fire motif door at the end of the one downstairs, and no, it's one of the clock doors. I'm only playing, this is definitely one of the games I'm playing to get through it. I'm not expecting to do good in really various aspects.
Kind of like Gaiden?
Yeah. Except this game doesn't suck.
No. No. Gaiden sucks.
Okay, so what we got behind the fire motif door here?
Yo, mama.
My mama? Really?
Yeah, didn't you know?
Okay, I see something kind of glowing on the desk there. What is that?
Ammo.
Alright, now Becca can survive for a little bit. Oh, are there two fire motif doors? Okay. So we had to keep it. Billy, you need to grab them shotgun shells there, bro. hoping maybe we find the actual shotgun by now, where you have seven to a clip. Oh, James Marcus's school. You're all a bunch of slackers! Hits him upside the head like a... You know, and here he's talking about two students in particular. Yeah, got some good ones. William Birkin
Mm-hmm.
and Albert Wesker.
Wesker!
Well, it never took William Birkin to be that kind of guy who has a cruel aura about him. Except for that one time, you know, he totally willingly participated in James Marcus's assassination. And then gloated over his dying
No.
body. Which we'll see in a cutscene later. Oh, actually, no, that's what Marcus's diary was. Some other guy. Assistant director who was the nameless one. Whoever he is. Because I assume the order did come from Marcus to encourage a rivalry between them.
Right.
There's a switch here. Flip it. Okay, so we can see, just in case there's something important. And there's nothing we can do about that now.
Oh, hey.
Uh,
There's something in the moose. The
Okay.
mounted moose. Oh, you're gonna...
Look, Keenan! A moose!
A moose! Billy, you wanna move? Billy, you wanna move?
I'm
Bill.
gonna have to either go back over it with Becca and kind of coax him away on team, or I can just change to him while he's solo and move out of the way. I didn't know actually which one would be faster, so I just went with the first one that came to mind. What is in here anyway? In the moose's head.
The head of the moose.
Hopefully it's the minute hand of that clock.
Hey, look, it's the minute hand of the clock.
Alright. Okay, now let's get him back on team so he'll follow me. And come to think, I want him to take points since he generally takes less damage.
Right.
Okay. 30 handgun bullets, 7 shotgun shells. Not too bad right now, considering I'm not anticipating a boss soon. Okay, and it looks like that's everything in the room. Oh, that's a bookshelf. That's not a window, SK.
That...
I thought that glass was like a reflection of what's inside, but no, it's actually books
Right,
on the
yeah.
other side. Becky, I swear I went back on team. Well, I did. I guess she just feels like she doesn't need to move until I actually walk out the door.
Maybe.
I know, just like a woman. I'll move when I'm good and ready.
Right? That's what I'm telling you.
What was past the double doors? Okay, the room with the platform.
Right.
And I actually do not know how to light this thingy right here because it says my lighter's out of fuel. So, obviously, that's not what's going to get the candle going.
Don't you have, like, an entire canister of gasoline?
I tried. I was like, can you actually use like gasoline as a fuel for your lighter? I'm sure that's not how it works in real life, so it makes sense that it didn't happen that way in the game.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd just give it a shot. Like they weren't trying to go for an actual, you know, IRL angle. Just okay, whatever is flammable, you can put it in your lighter. So now we go back to the clock. The minute hand on there, we'll change it to 8:15, and I know at least 2 doors will open from there. So I'm no longer bumbling around quite as much as it was when we started out this morning. As much.
Right, yeah.
know, it is kind of nice. As long as you're on team, I think your teammate's going to appear behind you in the next room pretty much no matter what, how far they were behind you. Unlike friggin' Resident Evil 4 where you had to babysit Ashley in that real specific way.
Right.
It's like, I can't leave Ashley for me. Well, isn't it just kind of assumed that she's going to come up behind you in the next room no matter what? Okay. So, Iron Needle, Becky, come up, do your thing.
Do you remember the
Yeah.
time? Okay.
8:15.
Yeah. Yay! We figured out a puzzle a third grader could.
Well, actually, if it was your first, like, kind of like your first survival horror game ever, you know, where you just got various puzzles throughout, even though it's not, like, the whole game wouldn't be considered, like, a puzzle game, would you even, like, make the connection there? It's like, okay, that 8:15 was supposed to mean something with
Well,
this
I mean,
clock.
I'm just talking about, you have the number 8:15 and you're trying to replicate it on the clock.
Oh, like,
how
if you
hard
knew you
it-
had to do that,
Like,
then a third
how
grader could solve
hard
it.
is it to move the hands?
I thought you were talking about also making the connection between puzzle hints and...
No.
Then yes, you're right, a third grader could totally solve that. Perhaps even a second. Anything else out here? No? Huh? Oh. Did not notice this before. What's this?
The-
It's an elevator with a box, and of course I can't pull it out, so... I guess nothing doing with that right now. Oh, I was packing up yesterday morning at Uncle Rick and Aunt Angie's house, getting ready to set out. Had found National Lampoon's Vacation on TV. Not Christmas Vacation, but the summer vacation played. Classic. You seen that, right? Chevy
Yeah.
Chase.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chevy Chase.
He was actually not only just tolerant in the 80s and 90s, but pretty funny actually. So it's like, even though there's like animal cruelty is involved in the movie as a joke, it's like it's delivered in such a way that instead of like finding it obscene or just, you know, like shock value, it's like it's still pretty funny. Like, you know, where he accidentally left the dog on the leash at the end of the car when they stopped for like a picnic or something, and
Mm-hmm.
he forgot him.
And then just
So it's like he gets stopped by the cop later on the road, and the officer is like, "You're a very sick man, sir. Do you know what the law against animal cruelty is? And you know this, and you know in these parts." And he's like, "What? What are you talking about? You come over here. Step to the back of the car with me." He's like, "Oh wow." And he managed to explain. He's like, "I'm sorry, officer. I just like that was totally unintentional. I just, you know, just forgot him." And the officer was like, looks down there and he's like, "Poor little fella probably managed to keep up with you for a good mile or so."
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so awful.
It's like later, Aunt Edna dies in the car too, just from old age. Ah, she's okay. Just let her sleep. Clark, she's not okay because like his wife is feeling her pulse the time. She's dead. You know, the car just like screeches to a halt.
Hmm.
But then it's like it's such a like I managed to make it to this part before I was ready to leave this part in the movie. It was like by that time so many things had gone wrong that Clark, you know, the father that Chevy Chase plays, he's like he's just intent, come hell or high water, getting to get into Wally World at the end. So it's like he goes so far as to just drop his body off at his cousin's house.
Oh.
Like I think that's his cousin's mother.
Right.
And they weren't at home, so he's just like, we can't drag her along for the ride the whole way. So he just left her body out in the rain on the porch for them to come home to.
Oh, how mortifying.
It's so terrible. And the wife, I can't even remember her name, but she's like, Clark, let's just call it a trip. So many things have gone wrong. Let's try again next time. This trip is doomed. But he's like, no, we're going on, because you know what? It's not just a vacation anymore. It's not just a trip. It's a quest.
It's a quest.
It's a quest for fun.
Kind of like our quest for air.
Yeah, it's a quest for fun. And we're gonna get there come hell or high water, and we're gonna have so much fun when we finally get to Wally World. They're gonna have to use plastic surgery to wipe the smiles from our friggin' faces. It's like you couldn't say,
right.
couldn't say the F word in a PG movie.
On our freaking faces.
Friggin' faces. And, his eyes are wide and crazy. It's like his son from the back. And his son, at the time, it was played by the Anthony Michael Hall, the dude that plays the nerd on Breakfast Club later.
Right.
So he was like just a little kid
A
at
little
that time.
little thing.
And he's like, puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, Dad, are you gonna be okay? And Clark looks at him sideways, is like, don't touch!
Personal space.
Okay, I'm talking and trying to make sense of this puzzle at the same time. So
It's a picture of a random.
it's a picture. It's a
room
picture of the
somewhere.
room with the student desks and the podium. But I think we have to put some other slide in there that makes the
Slide
correct
B,
that, like
right?
that indicates like which ones are the correct ones you're supposed to push the buttons on and make the.
So where's slide B?
That's what we're gonna have to find. And you know what? It just might be in the one other clock door. I don't know what else to call it other than a clock door. The door that unlocks when you solve the clock puzzle. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's go that way. And offhand, I can't remember where the other one was.
Ooh.
Yay!
I'm telling.
Oh, are you?
I'm telling.
You gonna tell Capcom?
I'm gonna tell.
Is that what you're gonna do? You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
tell.
rat on me?
I won't tell. I won't do it.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of feeling the Key and Peele skit, the bitch, yesterday because it's not that like I made it. Actually, no. Come to think, I did make it through all of the movie on TV, the National Lampoon's Vacation, while I was packing. Because it's not that that's how long it takes a guy to, get packed up and ready to, get on the road. I was eager to. I was waiting for Camilla and Prowl, my two. Was there anything else in here, or did I just stumble on this door like an idiot for no reason? Okay, yeah, I think I did. Was waiting for Camilla and Prowl. The two girls that the mom took in as foreign exchange students. I kind of worry, if you don't know my personality already, I kind of worry about calling them my little sisters on, on camera. They're like, what is he, some kind of pervert? Yeah, but, I was waiting for them to actually come out from upstairs where they were still, sleeping and then, when they finally wake up, they take forever getting dressed, because, well, girls. Especially teenage girls. And come to think, am I on danger? Yes, I am.
Yep, that's very dangerous.
Alright, Billy, come on. Let's do this.
And he sits there and doesn't do anything. Actually, I think he's out.
Oh, well, no wonder. And I can't blame him for wanting me to finish the rest of it without, busting out the shotgun ammo for that.
He can't change guns.
Well, that too. But I mean, if it was IRL.
Oh, okay.
There was another one over here.
Oh, this is bad.
This is bad, real bad, Michael Jackson.
You're empty. Oh, you got a shotgun. Okay. Oh no!
Boy, there were a lot of friggin' zombies in here.
Yeah.
And is it just me, or when you're on fine, like, you can only take, like, one hit from anything before you go to yellow caution? And you know what? I
maybe
wonder...
maybe you can take a crowbite.
A verse of poetry, okay. Sure. I have no idea what that's in relation to, and you know what? I think, now that I think about it, I think you can take damage if somebody shoots while you are grappling with a zombie. I think that's what brought Becca already down to red caution. Because I busted out the shotgun while the zombie was latched onto her. And I think a shotgun blast to the shoulder will, in fact, put you on red caution.
I would think so. Yes.
And yes, I found Slap B in here, so we're good. Let's make sure. Is there anything else? Anything else going on? Yeah, so, like, dude, I was up at 8:30 and getting ready, and the movie went on till probably 10:30, and, like, just waiting for Camilla and Prowl to wake up, get dressed, and come downstairs so I can say bye and Merry Christmas to them without looking like an asshole, you know?
Right.
Because, I mean, you know, really, I should consider them family as of now. At least as long as they're here. So I'm kind of thinking, like, "Bitch, get downstairs!"
Right.
Oh, speaking of which, we need to save.
Save on slot B or slot 2.
Alright, does Becca have a free slot open? Yes. Okay, I think ammo is pretty evenly distributed between them right now.
Right.
She's got a
It's good.
clip and a half on handgun, and Billy's got 7 shotgun shells or so.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one more health item down there. Okay, I really need to be careful now that I remember you can, in fact, cause damage to your partner by shooting a zombie while they're grappling. Need to remember totally not to do that now.
It's reflex. Should we call it here?
As a matter of fact, yes, we should. I don't even know how long we've been going, but whatever.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, so next time, guys, we're just going to keep on going. I'll probably tell more Christmas stories, and yeah, I'll see ya. Okay, I handled that a lot better than last time. Alright.